So from then on, the course of my life was pretty well set. And not a year or two later, I found myself working as a program manager for NASA headquarters, and this proposal came across my desk that John mentioned from Doug Engelbart, and he wanted to work with computers like this, so I funded him right away. And then Lick came to set up this program in ARPA that Mitch told you about, the research program, and eventually convinced me to go join ARPA. But it seems that from the time we had, Lick had started these time-sharing projects that I told you about, that Mitch told you about. That was the birth of interactive computing. Well, that was part of the birth of interactive computing. A fellow named Wes Clark, who is an unsung hero, a huge hero, had invented what I think of as the first personal computer. Back in 61 or 62, it was called the Link. Now, it was designed primarily for medical laboratory use, so it wasn't what you would call today a general purpose computer, but it was personal. It was relatively small, it had a small display, and you could interact with it, with its program, and it helped the medical researcher in monitoring and running medical experiments. It seems to me that after the invention of the Link, that's the name of that computer, and the invention of time sharing, we now had examples of interactive computing. And after that, it seems to me everything just logically falls into place. If you have interactive computing, and you have to rely on a large single mainframe computer that is connected to a lot of terminals, then you have a network of terminals. Well, why not have a network of computers? So the ARPANET was built. An obvious idea. Once you have interactive computing. But if the technology moves on, the hardware technology, and you're still restricted to single large mainframes with lots of terminals, why not have a personal computer? Again, obvious idea. And so we built the Alto at Xerox PARC. And so now you have a network of computers. Altos connected into a network. We had the first internet, lowercase I, at Xerox PARC about 1975, 1976, where we had invented the Ethernet. We connected it to the ARPANET, and now you have an internet. Lowercase I internet is a connection of two or more interactive computer networks. So we have the ARPANET and the Ethernet. That makes an internet. Now we also had name servers, email systems, other features associated with this total Alto system that gave us the first internet. We didn't have at that time search engines. We didn't have the World Wide Web. There were several things we have today that we didn't have then, but we had enough other facilities so that we could take the 5,000 or so users of the Altos that had been built and scattered around Xerox, and we gave some to Stanford, to MIT, and to Carnegie Mellon, and we had some in Carter's White House and in Congress, laser printers and Ethernets and Altos, so that we had a small, by today's standards,